Hey guys, welcome to Lighthouse Tarot, where we embrace the light within ourselves and within others. I'm your host, Rachel Riley. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. If you are an old subscriber, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you for being here. You're amazing. I love you. Anyway, this is actually a video from a request from a subscriber. The subscriber is T. Grant, and he requested that I do a Scorpio Rising video with Pluto in the first house. So T. Grant, this is for you. And I love the placement Scorpio Rising. I am a Scorpio Rising myself, and I actually have this specific placement. I do have Pluto in my first house. So I'm gonna kind of like go over what Pluto means, some notes I have on it, and then my personal experience with it in hopes that this helps you and brings some clarity. So let's just get straight into it. So Pluto is one of the furthest planets away from the sun. Pluto is also a dwarf planet. Pluto impacts the entire collective. It's not a planet that just impacts like one person or a group of people. Pluto wants to impact the entire collective, the entire society, like an entire country, and change it completely and tear down its society, tear down the rules and rebuild. It is the planet of transformation. It is the phoenix rising from the ashes. Pluto is death, rebirth, and not death. It can be death in a physical sense, but more death on a spiritual sense, like death to old beliefs, death to an identity, death to a way of thinking, death to a way of acting, is how I feel with Pluto. And Pluto is also the planet of the occult, the underworld, Hades, everything subconscious underneath the surface. So when you have this placement, Pluto, in your first house, talk about power. You may notice that you have an aura that is very magnetic, an aura that gains attention that you might not necessarily like. If you're like me, sometimes I'm a Virgo moon, so I naturally don't really like to interact with people. Sometimes I'm a little bit introverted when I'm going on errands, I just want to get in and get out. That's why I run errands by myself. I'm that committed to it. So, but with Pluto in your first house, even if you're quiet, even if you're wearing like a dark hoodie or, dressed in a way you're very quiet, you have your earphones in, you will notice people through the grocery store, people through the store, people through a school, people through wherever you're at will turn around and look at you. And sometimes they will approach you, and sometimes you'll be called out over things, and you'll wonder why. And it's because Pluto, it's so prominent in your chart, because the first house rules your appearance. It rules your identity. So that means you are gonna look like somebody who is dark, somebody who is magnetic, someone who is mysterious, alluring, just has something that special something that you want to know more of. A lot of actors, a lot of celebrities have this placement. Prince has this placement. Just Justin Bieber, so many people. I could go on and on, but with Pluto in the first house, you're really going to notice that you get a love or hate reaction from people. And this is the same for Scorpio Rising, but it's even more prominent with Pluto in your first house, because Pluto is going to be all over your personal appearance, from your physical appearance, from your face, from your eyes, from how you carry yourself, from your body. And it can be a challenging placement. It's not all, wow, Pluto's in my first house, Scorpio, right? Like, no, if you have Scorpio anywhere in your chart, if you're Scorpio Rising, if you have Pluto in your first house, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You were pushed through really intense, traumatic situations at a young age, and you didn't like it, and you may have tried to run away from it. And that brings me to my second point. Pluto is about power. But the reason for this placement, I'm referencing my notes, you find in life, the purpose in life is to find power within yourself. And you found power within yourself at an early age. You realize, wow, nobody is going to protect me in this world but me. No one is going to protect my heart. No one is going to protect my memories. No one's going to protect my emotions. Like self-preservation And you learn this at a very, very young age, maybe 5, maybe 2, maybe 6, maybe 7. And you just kind of went along for the ride having Pluto in your first house, and you learn how to navigate through this world and putting off this aura and just kind of rolling with it, just rolling with it. And the first house, because it rules our entire identity, you will go through a lot of transformations. You will want to kind of, I will want to completely try a new look just to see if I can pull it off. You almost are a shape shifter if you have Pluto in your first house, because you can so easily do the dark look with the gothic makeup, with the black lipstick, with the grunge eyeliner, with the leather jacket, with the skinny jeans or whatever, and then you can flip and you can wear like girly clothes, you can wear yellow, you can wear like mint green, you can wear seashells, you can get a nice tan, you can curl your hair, and you like to do this. You find this playful. It's like a game to you. You're like, oh, I wonder if I could shape shift. You'll see like a picture of someone, you're like, I wonder if I could do that. I wonder if I could change my entire identity, if I could change my outer appearance. And because you have this Pluto placement, it is actually really easy for you to transform. And I recommend anyone with Pluto in their first house really like look into becoming a makeup artist. That is something that I really enjoy, and it helps me with the transformation, like just playing and creating these looks and being playful with it, and it's productive. Or maybe look into theater or costumes or performing, and it will really help you harness this energy and transform. So yeah, you have such a strong aura, and every experience you have is a layer on layer within depth. Your personality and expression is intense. Enough experience from you. You may have been born with opportunities with Pluto in your first house, and that maybe you were just born in the US, where the US has a lot of, healthcare, it has education, we usually have food to eat and shelter. So you may have been born in the US, you may have been born in a country that has free healthcare, maybe Canada or somewhere like that. You may have come from a family that was well off, or at least they provided your emotional support, but maybe not. So you were born with some kind of opportunity. Maybe opportunity fell in your lap. Maybe you were walking through the park and someone's like, oh, I do videos, do you want to be in my video? And it would happen so randomly, but it was an opportunity that you would seize. And because of that, it built up your confidence, and it pushed you further than other people may go. And I'm not to say other people don't get opportunities, but it came a little bit easier to you. Just like a Sagittarius with Jupiter in their first house, they have a lot of luck, they have a lot of optimism because of Jupiter. Because of Pluto, you have more opportunities. And with Pluto in your first house, dude, you can use your aura to advance your career, to make your life how you want it, because Pluto in the first house, you command power because of this placement. Not even you personally, like you may be like the humblest, nicest person on earth, the most bubbly, but when you walk in somewhere, it's like power, aura, and people are like, who is she? Who is he? Wah! And when you're walking in there, someone will be like, hey, are you the manager? Are you the owner? And because of that, you can utilize this opportunity, and you can kind of get to talking with people that are in higher levels. Because Pluto in the first house, we really strive for power. We love power. Power is one thing that drives us. Like a Capricorn drives for recognition and respect, Pluto in the same way, but in a different way, strives for power, for authority. A lot of people with Pluto in their first house will go for careers that they're in authority, like maybe policemen, policewomen, maybe like firemen, firewoman, maybe like a teacher, a principal, somebody, but they are on the highest of the high. Like they are making the calls, they're calling the shots, they have that authority. Because Pluto in first house, they don't like to work for other people. It kind of is a little bit impossible for them to for very long before they get fed up with it. And I can attest for this because I have 2 Scorpio parents, and I found that they would hop from job to job all the time, and it was for their benefit as well, because they were not being treated with respect, and they went in an area where they were and where they could thrive. And it's really good for people with Pluto in their first house. I would recommend starting your own business. Dude, I know one, two, three, maybe four, at least 3 Scorpio risings I know right in my life right now that own their own business or have at least started their own business. And 4, if you include me, because I have my own Etsy shop and my YouTube channel and tarot reading and astrology, like everything, because I love the freedom that it entails and that I have complete power over the projects, but it's coming from a place of love and value. And I'm like, yeah, I have complete power over this, so I'm going to make it exactly how I want it, to the T, to the detail. I'm going to communicate with the clients and the customers how I believe they need to be communicated with, in a way that I would want to be communicated with. I'm going to give them the best service ever, and I'm going to offer it this way instead of that way, because this is the best way, and I'm going to feel all my passion, and it's not going to fail. It's not going to fail because I'm in it. Because with a Scorpio rising, Pluto in the first house, you have been broken down over and over in your house. And I'm not talking like, I had a broke down, like, yeah, you've had those, but I'm talking like chaos, like trauma, like no money in the bank, nowhere to stay, no shelter, no family, no friends, stranded, abuse, terrible, horrible, jail, like a lot of have been in jail or like in a hospital, in places where they could not escape, over and over and over. But from those experiences, it built strength, power, confidence, courage, and resilience. Because every time you get broken down to nothing and then rebuilt again with only yourself, it builds this form of resilience that no one can take from you. And it plants a seed in your mind like, wow, I really went through that shit. I really went through that when I was homeless, when no one was there for me, when I was like depressed, or when I had no money in the bank and I had to like just make it. And I don't know how, and I got kicked out, and this person tried to like do this to me, and then like I got betrayed by this whole friend group, and this person, like, just a lot of things. But from that, your mind remembers, I made it. I'm here. I'm strong. I'm actually stronger. And everyone you go through over and over since you were like maybe 5 years old, it builds that strength and the momentum and that strength and then that self-belief. And then you become more, you discover yourself more, and you become like, who am I? Who do I want to be? Do I want to live this cycle anymore? Do I want to eat these foods anymore? Do I want to wear these clothes? Do I want to be around these group of people? Do I even want to talk like this? Do I even want to talk about, do I want to complain? Or do I want to talk about, well, how I'm grateful? How do I talk about my money? How do I talk about my connections? How do I talk about myself? You ask yourself these questions all the time as a Pluto in the first house because of these transformations, these intense experiences. But through that builds that passion, that resilience, that determination, that raw power that's so, it's just so like, oh my goodness, it's like so raw. And you will fuel all of that, all of you, into your business, because it'll be something in your heart, something that ties to your soul purpose, your passion, and it will not fail. If it fails, it's just a different way you got to do it. And Scorpio rising, Pluto in the first house, you're going to get up and do it again. You're going to be like, all right, cool, I'm going to go this way instead, or I'm going to tweak it this way, I'm going to try it this way, I'm going to talk to this person, I'm going to look at it this way, I'm going to learn from a book instead of like a video, or a video instead of a book, or maybe from a conversation I had with a friend, or maybe I'm going to meditate and ask my guides and my spirit angels and animals. Like, I will figure it all out, and I won't stop until I win. Yes. But we also have like a strong sense of integrity and sense of self. And what I would advise for a lot of Scorpio risings with Pluto in the first house is we do have a tendency of self-isolation, and it's not intentional. It may have been because we grew up in a traumatic background, and we may have went through really traumatic experiences where we were all alone when we needed someone the most, and nobody was there, and we had to get up. But because of that experience, deep down you're thinking like, I don't need anybody. I don't need these people. at these people. at the lowest form in like a negative way. But aside from that, you're like, I really don't need anybody, guys, because like, shoot, I got myself through this over and over and over and over. So you can self-isolate yourself. Now, I'm not saying don't take some time to recharge. You need that. You need that as a water rising sign. With Pluto, you need time to recharge and just to deal with your own energy and self-reflect and meditate and ask questions and discover who you are and who you want to be and how to like heal parts of yourself and then get back in the world, what you want to offer to people, what you want to offer to yourself, more importantly. And we have a tendency to isolate ourselves, but I'm really imploring you, I'm really just begging, and not even begging, I wish someone had told me this earlier, to surround yourself with people, to network, not just with anyone. You will use your intuition because you have strong intuition with Pluto in the first house, but network with people, learn to share your resources, learn to share your experiences with people, because you will actually need people to get to that dream job, to that passion. Like if you have your own business, you've got to network with your friends, with groups, with different like platforms, and like learn and interact with people. And it can be tough because you may naturally be, you are actually certainly a very shy person with Pluto in the first house, very reserved. Kind of like, oh my God, like people always look at me all the time. I don't like it. I just want to sit in my house. I want to be alone, like be myself. But I am imploring you, hey, whoever you trust, network from them. Promote yourself, see what they have to offer them your services, offer them value, give them a reading, give them whatever your passion is, and help them out and collaborate with people. And that will get you further in your career. That will really help you, and that will fuel you even more, because we know you got this, Scorpio rising. We know you got this, Pluto in the first house. We know you're a badass. We know you're amazing. But I would implore you to network and spend more time with your soul tribe. Spend time with friends, and also cut out anyone that is dragging you down. Cut out anybody who is bullying you, who is verbally abusing you, who is emotionally abusing you, who is secretly a hater, because I know Scorpio rising Pluto in the first house, we are very magnetic. So we draw in a lot of acquaintances and a lot of friendships. There are a lot of people that want to be friends with us because of that Pluto energy around us. Is magnetic and it's mysterious. And like, oh, I want to see who they are, just to see who they are, just to see what that secret is. I don't even want to be their friend. I just want to like know their secrets. Or I can tell they're magnetic. I can tell they're going places, so I want to be involved in it. So they'll jump on that bandwagon. And so I encourage you, if you have a friendship that you feel bad after you hang out with them, if they are criticizing you way that is not constructive at all, if they're making fun of you or they are bullying you and you have talked to them about it and it keeps continuing, cut that friendship out. Let it go. It's not for you, and they're not really even your friend. Let it go. Send them love, send them light. Maybe you can come back to it later, but for now, cut it out. And I promise you, you will bring in the people that are actually for you, the people that have your back, the people that are your soul tribe, your friendships, people that are like you, people that are creative, that are teachers, that are healers, that are speakers, that are going for their own business, that are following their passion. You will bring in these friendships and you can collaborate with them and they will have your back. You'll know, because I did this. I cut out some friendship that had run their course, and it brought in new people that were more aligned with me and that supported me and that were there for me, never judged me and didn't ever criticize me. Because as a Scorpio rising Pluto in the first house, you don't criticize or judge people if you're evolved. If you've taken all this time to work on your trauma, to heal your darkness and your light, to know that they must coexist, we must have darkness to have light, and to really dig deep, then you are probably a very spiritual person with psychic abilities, and you have healed that. So you treat others with respect and you build them up and you're there for them and you're non-judgmental. So you should be offered that back. So that's my piece on that. I just thought all of y'all should know that, because it took me a minute. I struggled with this with friendships, on knowing when to cut someone off or not, because I really valued it when I was younger. So a part of me is scared to do that. But with my strength, with my connection to spirituality and this knowledge, I know when I let go of something that's no longer for me, it creates space and it actually frees that person to go you know, go on their own journey and discover who they are and heal themselves, or maybe find a friend that will help them more right now in their journey that I could ever. And it was really inhibiting both of us in that way. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any video requests. I will try to get to it as fast as I can, but I do have a lot of videos and we all have freedom. So thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Bye.